Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 48 of the Talking ATL Hawks podcast. You got the beautiful crew as myself, John Joyner, Andrew Jefferson, and this is a very bittersweet episode, fellas. This is episode 48. This is the last episode we will record before the start of Hawks basketball. Officially, because it's preseason. First preseason game is against the Rockets tomorrow. I say bittersweet because it is the end of season one of our Talking ATL Hawks podcast. And next episode will start season two, ladies and gentlemen. It seems like yesterday we started this podcast. We are already hopping in our second season. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess we're gonna go ahead and just talk about how you are feeling. This is gonna be a very special episode. I'll kind of go through what we're gonna be talking about. So we're gonna have a start pitch cut. It's gonna be very quick because in about 13 minutes we have our NBA fantasy draft, which we're gonna do live here on the podcast. And then after that, we'll kind of preview the Hawks game tomorrow, kind of just their preseason matchups throughout this week and what we kind of expect to see from the Atlanta Hawks this week. But first and foremost, how are y'all doing today?
I'm doing great. I mean, like you said, Hawks basketball starts officially back tomorrow. But man, I'm just excited for this week. I think we got two Hawks games this week, and then FanFest.
Yep,
Which I'm really
FanFest,
excited
that's
for.
right.
I didn't know that FanFest was a thing until I saw on social media, and like once I saw that the tickets were like $5 a piece, I was like, let's go, let's do this.
Well, to be honest, I'm still not too quite sure what FanFest really is, but I guess we're about to find out on Thursday.
We'll let you guys know. As far as I see, I think it's like an open practice for like as we get to see like the new guys like in action.
Really?
Yeah, that's good. That's the only thing in my opinion that would be more fun than going to any other game.
Honestly, dude, I'm bringing my jersey and a Sharpie. Are you kidding me?
Me too. Yeah.
We'll update you guys if anything crazy happens in our next episode, and we'll kind of let you guys know what the whole experience was like. I know we have to get into a starbage cut, so just really quick, against the Rockets tomorrow night. I'm just excited to really see how Quinn Snyder is going to equip Kristaps Porzingis in terms of how his spacing and availability is going to pair up with Trae Young. Of course, the defensive scheme is going to be completely implemented in a different way with Dyson Daniels because we got Nickeil Alexander-Walker now, who's also a great wing defender. And just to see how the depth does all together because we've added so much to our roster over the offseason. So this is the most excited I've been in Hawks preseason basketball in a long time.
Yeah, and like preseason preseason is really nothing to be excited for because it's preseason. It isn't counting. But hey, we got Hawks basketball back.
And look, the thing is, there's been a couple of guesses of what our starting rotation is going to be. Mainly, to be exact, where we're going to put Zachary Ricochet and Nneka Okongwu and Kristaps Porzingis. Are Kristaps and Okongwu going to be the line together? We'll want them to be on the bench. And Kristaps obviously going to start. So it's more mainly, are we going to use Kristaps as a center or a power forward? What does that mean for Okongwu? I thought these are all answers that will be officially answered by tomorrow night. So that's something to keep an eye on as well. But I do have a start pitch cut. It's more like it's fancy basketball related. We'll go ahead and get into it since our draft starts in about 10 minutes. We'll make it short and sweet. So it's not really a start pitch. Actually, no, I'll make it a start pitch cut. I got it. So I want y'all to name, since we're about to do a fantasy basketball draft, in terms of fantasy basketball, name someone that we're just going to name 3 players here. Someone that you think is going to be like an obvious choice, like someone that like a must have on your roster.
Can I go last because I have the first pick? Can I go last, please? I know this is your thing, but can I go last?
Yeah, for sure. I'll let AJ go first. So someone that you think is a must have on your roster. Someone you think that is flying under the radar that can make some noise in fantasy basketball, and someone that is an absolute bust. Stay away from your fantasy basketball roster. Andrew, you've been elected to go first.
Okay, so I get the 5th overall pick, so I'm going to keep it realistic based on how I'm picking because
I don't even know where I am.
Oh, you're third. You're third.
My obvious choice would be Nikola Jokic, would be my must-have, but he's obviously going to be gone by the time he gets to me. I would think so. So realistically, with the 5th overall pick, a must-have for me is going to consist of either Giannis, Luka, or Anthony Edwards. I think one of those 3 players should be available by the time it gets to me because you've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Victor Wembanyama, who's going to be taken. If Victor or Shea falls to me, that'd be great. I just don't see it happening. So I'd say Giannis, Luka, or Anthony Edwards would be a must. Someone I'm kind of in the middle for, like later in the draft, that I'm kind of thinking is going to be a really underrated pick for me personally is Cooper Flag. Why not get the rookie out of Dallas who's meant to be the prodigy to replace Luka Doncic, filling the void that their horrible GM kind of threw in that whole Dallas facility. Cooper Flag, to me, is going to be the standalone rookie of the year candidate, and I expect him to put up big numbers and big numbers early, solely based what we saw on that one summer league game, and I expect him to dominate the few preseason minutes he's going to get as well. A person to stay away from might be a surprise to some of you guys because he's projected to go high in the draft, Anthony Davis. One reason and one reason alone. He is not going to stay healthy. He's gonna look like eye candy because he's got all the attributes to be a top 10 pick in fantasy basketball. If this was 2014, 2015, or 2015, 2016, sure, by all means, get Anthony Davis. But going into the season, don't listen to what anybody's saying in terms of media. He's not healthy. I don't care how good he says he feels. He's not going to make it to December. I guarantee you he's going to be injured before December.
All right. Okay. So I guess that leaves me because I know Jordan said he wants to go last. I'm gonna say this. So someone you must have in your roster. The guy I was gonna say is Anthony Edwards. And if I had the number 1 pick, Joyner, I can't read your mind, but that's what I'll say. If I was in your spot, Joyner, Anthony Edwards, I would argue might be my number 1 pick over Jokic and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I said a couple episodes ago, I really think Anthony Edwards is going to be MVP this year. This is a year for Ant-Man. He's gotten better and better and better. I think this is like the prime of his prime. But I think this might be the best version of Anthony Edwards we will ever see. Is this season right here. I'm that high on Anthony Edwards. Someone that I think is flying under the radar is the point guard for the Spurs this year. I think, Chris, we kind of saw what Chris Paul brought to the table in his season in San Antonio last year. Kind of like, a seasoned point guard with a guy like Victor Wembanyama. Turned out to be a pretty fun deal to watch, not as beneficial as we thought, but De'Aaron Fox is going to be that times 10. I think De'Aaron Fox is a perfect point guard for a guy like Victor Wembanyama in terms of like how that point guard Wembanyama duo is going to pair. He's explosive. He's quick to the rim. Great ball handling and ball vision. I think pick and rolls with him and Wembanyama is going to be nasty. He's going to set up Wembanyama in the paint, help him shift in the post very well, and I think that's going to rack up a bunch of fancy points for you. A guy to stay away from. He's always eye candy, but he's getting worse and worse in terms of progression. It's Rudy Gobert. Defensively, he's always going to be great. So if you kind of want to have that stifle tower in terms of defense, but if you're looking for a big man that in offensive standards, Rudy Gobert, you got to stay away from. He's getting softer and softer as the years progress. And especially when I saw from him in the postseason and the postseason before, he might be one of the softest big men in the league. He's not going to get you a lot of offensive production. He fouls a lot now when he's inside the paint. So I think that's a man you have to stay away from.
That's exactly how I felt about Clint Capella as his years went by in Atlanta. He just grew softer and softer.
He's the new Clint Capella. There we go. All right, Joyner, we got about 5 minutes till the draft starts. Who's someone you must have under the radar and someone to absolutely stay away from?
I'm going to start with who I'm going to stay away from with the first pick. And you know what? I'm gonna say this as a biased Hawks fan. I'm not gonna draft. I'm not gonna draft Carl Anthony Towns. I just don't think that. I'm just not gonna draft. I don't think he's gonna really. I'm not saying like mesh well in New. Mesh well in New York, but so I'm not gonna draft Carl Anthony Towns with the first pick. Obviously.
Okay.
But it's
going under my radar that I could take number one. Who knows? It's Atlanta zone. Ice Trae Young. It's Atlanta zone. I could take him. I could take him number one. You never know. I think the obvious choice that again could take him. May not take him. Would be one of the greatest players of all time, LeBron James. I could take him number one too.
Ooh, that'd be a surprise. That'd be a surprise pick for number one, in my opinion.
I would say it's a surprise pick for number one, but in terms of the tier of someone that you must have on your roster, I can always agree with that. I don't care if LeBron's 40, 41, 42. He's always going to be a freak of nature. And if this is his last NBA season, which I really believe it is, he's going to go out on a bang.
Exactly. Like that's why I'm considering drafting. He's one of the greatest players of all time. Top two, if not the greatest of all time. He's definitely number two, if not one.
Yeah,
that's just a debate for a different day. And then Trae Young. Like with this roster, he's going to be dishing out a lot of assists, getting a lot of buckets. He's going to be doing it all. With the surrounding cast that he's got in year two, Zach Reach, say Jalen Johnson coming back, Kristaps Porzingis. Dyson Daniels on the defensive end will be helping him. Luke Kennard, I don't know if y'all saw that video on social media about Luke Kennard who couldn't miss a single 3-point shot, and Trae Young was like baffled.
Yeah, I did see that. Yep.
He's one of the purest spot up shooters we've got in the game today, man. I'm so excited for him, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw in one more sleeper before the draft starts in about a minute 30. Keep an eye out on Jaden Ivey. He was a rookie out of Purdue for the Pistons last year. He was on pace to have a phenomenal rookie season till about 30, 40 games in. I think it was about 30 games in. He tore his ACL, season-ending injury. He's coming back for resurgence here in year two. And I know an ACL tear is hard to come back, guy, but he's young. He's got a lot to prove. And if he can get any pace, transition to this year from we had last year, that I think Jaden Ivey could be like a potential huge bench piece for your fantasy team this year. And I do look to have him on my bench for sure.
All right, boys, we've got about a minute away from fantasy basketball. So what I'm going to do is, since I have it up on my computer, I'm just going to have this pulled.
Oh, good idea.
I'm just going to have my draft board pulled up on the computer screen so y'all guys can see it. Obviously, you're going to see only who I'm drafting, but this top row right here is going to show you who's picking and who those
picks, yeah.
Who's still on the board, who's been taken. So it's going to be from my perspective, but y'all guys can follow along to see how the draft's been going.
I'm gonna make y'all wait even though I know who I'm picking by now, I'm making y'all wait.
The suspense. Now, that might put you at a little disadvantage, Andrew, because if you want to queue anybody up, you wouldn't be able to, because that would allow us to see who you're taking your key. Unless you just
okay. At least for you, Chase.
I gotta change my team is not about to be Williams' wild team.
Yeah, I'm gonna change my team as well. But Joyner,
Joyner is on the clock.
The pick is not in. I'm just on the clock.
He is on the clock. So we have, what, is it a minute or 50 seconds?
50. It's a minute.
All right, so you have a minute to decide, 40 seconds left on the clock. You already know who it's going to be. There's nothing we can do to stop you. So kind of walk us through your thought process about who's going to be the number one overall pick.
All I'm going to say is I mentioned it in my start bench cut. That's all I'm going to say.
Whoa.
It's not Nikola Jokic.
It's either going to be Trae Young or LeBron James. That's all I know.
Could be Cat. I could be Cat.
I know you, John. You will not draft Cat number 1. I know for a fact you're not about to do that. I think you're going to go LeBron James. No, you're going to go Trae Young.
Be baffled if it's LeBron James.
I think he's going to go Trae Young.
Jesse's the guys on the clock here. He's a huge LeBron fan, so I had to do it to him.
LeBron James. Ethical train wreck is probably having a train wreck right now.
I cannot believe LeBron James is the number 1 overall pick.
I hope this man. Please tell me this man is not going Nikola Jokic. If Nikola Jokic is left on the board at number 3, I'm going to be ecstatic.
John, listen. I'm a LeBron glazer like everybody else out there. I think he is the greatest of all time. But there is not enough glaze you can put on that LeBron donut to make me take a bite and to get him number 1 overall.
No, like I mentioned before, LeBron's definitely a top pick in this draft. He would not. My number 1, if I had number 1, I'm only choosing between 2 players: Nikola Jokic or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Or Anthony Edwards. I think Anthony Edwards would be a very liable number 1 pick.
Is Ethical Trainwreck about to do auto draft?
I think it's
Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, I think he's auto drafting. I tried to call him. He might be asleep. Not gonna lie.
Well, there's still like 9 seconds on the clock, so I think he made a pick just in time. Now, I think it's pretty obvious who my pick's going to be. I just said it. If I had number 1 overall pick, it'd either be Nikola Jokic or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You know, I'm sure the NBA is going to lock down on Shai a little bit this year in terms of refereeing because of the outrageous amount of times he went to the line last year. Either way, a foul's a foul. We know how the NBA looks at fouls nowadays. So that just gives me even more reason to welcome SGA to my squad.
The defending MVP. Oh, my gosh.
Victor Wembanyama. Makes sense. I mean, that's
No, I got thrown off, guys. I saw Giannis on the top of my screen here, and I thought that's who he picked. I thought he just completely passed up on Victor Wembanyama. Okay.
I know how you feel about Giannis, Andrew, especially heading into this season.
Yes, I do not like this Milwaukee Bucks group one bit. I think Giannis is going to get all the defensive attention. He's obviously going to have a great season. He'll be in the MVP talks for a few months, but he's not the guy I want because I just don't like where he's at in this Milwaukee Bucks situation. The front office is even in a little bit of a disagreement for where Milwaukee's future may lie. Luka Doncic, he's going to be, it's going to be between Luka and Anthony Edwards here. I'm having a tough time deciding. But because I genuinely believe that Anthony Edwards is going to win the MVP, I can't pass up on Anthony Edwards, Chase. I am totally right in line with you. If you're asking me, I just picked up the newest MVP for the NBA.
I agree. I think you did.
I can't pass up on who I genuinely believe is going to take over the league this year.
Now, because there's 6 people in this league, I technically probably have the worst pick you can possibly have. This is a snake draft, of course, and everyone knows in the snake draft, you do not want the middle pick. So I'm going to have the 3rd pick every single round, which definitely puts me at a disadvantage. So I'm going to have to bet on the people in front of me to kind of make some questionable decisions here.
He might be auto drafting here. I think this guy's auto drafting. He's at work right now.
He's the only one that's not in the draft right now. So
which means this Jacob guy is probably going to end up with Giannis and Luka since they're the next available on the draft board.
Yeah, which is actually really good. That's a great back-to-back duo pairing.
Okay.
Yep, there's Giannis and there's Luka.
Oh God, I thought it gave him Anthony Davis. I did it again. I thought it gave him Anthony Davis. Oh my gosh. So yeah.
All right, Andrew, go ahead and get AD.
Get him. You gotta go to players.
Yeah, I know. I was just looking to see.
I know who Andrew's taking now. He's gotta take him.
So here's my thought process. Anthony Davis, you can get off my screen. I don't want to see your smile. I don't want to see your unibrow. I don't want to see it. Cade Cunningham is a very intriguing pick, especially since Malik Beasley is not going to be there in Detroit to share the ball with him. And Detroit's on the search. This is one of the quickest rising stars we've seen in the league to date. He's been showing that potential since he stepped on his first NBA court. But guys, do you honestly think I'm wearing a long sleeve? I think it's a little chilly here. I gotta get my boy Trae Young on my team, baby.
I was so hoping that you're going to pick Cade Cunningham over Trae Young. But, of course, if I was in your shoes, I would have done the exact same thing. Well, you just spoke about the guy I'm going to draft next. The next guy on the board, Cade Cunningham, had such a resurgent season last year. He finally has such a good team around him. He's under a great coach. Detroit is definitely a team to keep your eye on the Eastern Conference to make another, definitely a playoff run, but make it deeper into the postseason this year. And that's going to be all under their horse, Cade Cunningham, who, like I just mentioned before, is going to have Jaden Ivey back by his side. Cade Cunningham, welcome to the squad. You're going at shooting guard.
Very nice.
Please don't screw
All
this.
right.
I know who I want. If Jesse doesn't take this guy, I know who I'm taking.
Now, mind you, Joyner, you get back-to-back picks here, so you.
I know that.
You gotta be thinking one pick ahead. A lot of enticing bigs on the board. Like Zubac, if you want a pure rebounder, Zubac is going to get you endless boards. And honestly, I really like this Clippers team going into the season. I'm not going to lie. Even with the whole dispute of Kawhi Leonard and how he was improperly recruited to LA and they've got to get that money situated. Aside from all that, Zubac, very intriguing center to have on my team.
There is a center that I have in my eyes, which I guess it's not very smart for me to mention him, but I'm going to do it anyway. Sagoon for the Houston Rockets. And how he played towards the end of last year, especially in that postseason matchup against the Golden State Warriors. Alperen Sagoon, I would say Karl Anthony Towns is probably my number one big man. But if I'm being honest, Sagoon's number two. And I might even consider taking Sagoon over Cat.
Hot take, I don't like this Devin Booker pick.
I don't either. I'm not a fan of it either.
So, do you all remember the team that I mocked in the draft last year?
The team
this past draft? The trade I mocked?
The Kings?
Remember the team?
The Kings?
Oh, the Kings. You're going Sabonis, aren't you?
I'm going to Monte Sabonis, yeah.
I like it. He's your stat packer. He's going to get you points in every statistic.
And I got back-to-back picks here, so oh my gosh, I'm about to
do it.
Your boy Cat's on there. Your boy Cat, he's purring, he's meowing.
I know you won't do it, John. I know you won't.
You know what? I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna reach. I was thinking about reaching for a Hawks player, but I'm not gonna do that. You know what? A lot of people have always wanted to see these two paired up on a team together, and I'm going to make it happen. This might be a bit of a reach.
Okay.
Curry. Ooh.
Joyner.
Curry and LeBron?
I will never, ever, ever call Steph Curry a bad pick. Congratulations.
No, man. I was so hoping he was going to go some other big man. I know you said you wouldn't take Cat. I definitely would.
Yeah.
Now this leaves me a choice here. Ooh.
Sagoon's right there, Chase. You can reach down and grab him.
I could go ahead and get Sagoon, which I would love. Now I could also there's a lot of guards. I already have 2 guards already, but I could get another guard now, put out utility. But I think if you want a big man, a really good big man, you're going to have to get him early. The center position is kind of like the tight end position in NFL fantasy. Now, obviously, there's a lot of good big men in the league, but definitely not as much.
When I did.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely not as much as other positions. So you're going to have your great big men, and that's going to get more mid and mid as you go. So I'm getting my big man now. Give me Sagoon, baby.
Good pick.
Okay. Sorry, Maxey. Okay, now Maxey is a good pick. That was one of my sleepers for the really early rounds that I was going to get into, but we kind of ran out of time. Now, I was just talking high on Zubac, so I think it'd be ridiculous if I don't go out there and grab him. I mean, like I said, he was one of the greatest rebounders, and not just the Western Conference, but all of the NBA. He is surrounded by a lot of spot-up shooters, so the opportunities to get rebounds is going to be endless for Zubac, and he gets to the free throw line a lot. He's a very aggressive when he comes to attacking the rim. He's going to get you a lot of second chance points. Expect a lot of offensive rebounds from him. like I said, I just hyped him up, so it'd be idiotic for me to pass up on him. I'm going with my gut, and my gut says Zubac, baby.
Pascal Siakam, Jalen Williams.
Jalen Williams is going to be my next pick if he was still available, but he's obviously not. Now, I've kind of already got my mind made up. I've got my point guard, I got my shooting guard, I got my first big. I'm looking for a forward here. Or there's a lot of great forwards. Like, honestly, a sleeper that we didn't even mention, Zion Williamson. The offseason workouts that man has been hitting has slimmed him down to a new physique that we have never seen before.
I mean, yeah, like he's definitely gonna have to change his game now because when he was in college and bigger, he would just bully people. But now he's not gonna be able to do that as much.
Guys,
he's a bit slimmer, but who you going, Andrew?
I will say I'm really tempted to reach and get Kevin Durant, but I'm gonna play it safe and get Bam Adebayo.
Dang it, man! Come on.
But guys, I was really tempted to reach down and get Kevin Durant. I was really tempted.
I mean, that could be my pick.
All right, he got Jalen Brunson. Okay, now I'm also looking for a forward here. Zion, why he could be very tempting. I don't know if I trust him. Like you said, I see the offseason workouts. He's in the best shape he's ever been since he's entered the league. I think he's definitely due for his best season, obviously, assuming he stays healthy. I'm not willing to I hope he does. If he does, great for him. For the sake of my fantasy team, I'm not reaching for it. But give me the man who is always reliable, and I'm expecting a big season from him. I can't wait to see him play in Houston. Give me Kevin Durant.
Yeah. I was really tempted to go grab him, dude. Good pick.
Yeah.
All right, ethical train wreck. Just to give a little recap on his pick so far. I know you can go on the board and look at it this way.
Yeah,
this would probably be.
He got he went 2 big men. Wow, interesting.
Now ethical train wreck. Who is that?
That's Jesse. That's one of my friends.
Jesse Stevens.
No, Jacob is Stevens. That's
okay, I got you. So he went Nicola, Devin, Karl Anthony Towns.
And he just took Harden, so I'm on the clock. Shoot.
James Harden, okay.
Ooh, okay.
So you have LeBron James, Sabonis, and Curry so far.
I think it's time I think it's time I gotta go. I think I have to go another guard. And I'm gonna go you know what? I do not have an Atlanta Hawks player yet. And I'm going to go with the guy who has my initials.
Wow. Jalen Johnson. Phenomenal pick. I know he was he was in the 40s on this draft overall board, but if you ask me.
I got back-to-back. My bad.
That's like a top 20 player to have. That's a great pick.
You honestly could have waited a little bit longer and had the chance of getting him, but I don't blame you at all for not wanting to risk that. He's a solid guy you want on your team.
Okay, so now we need a guard. I really don't want to go. I really do not want to go Jaylen Brown.
Whoa! Oh, because of that.
And I don't want to go the PDF file.
Hey.
But I'm not gonna go either one. I'm gonna go with the guy. I'm gonna go with the guy who I think was gonna be the finalist this past year.
Donovan Mitchell. That was gonna be my next pick.
Sorry, had to.
All right.
A little refresher on how everybody's teams are shaping up ahead of Chase's pick, who is next. All right, Chase, Jaylen Brown.
Nice. He went Jaylen Brown. That opens the door. I think I want to go ahead and grab my next guard so I can play my guard position. I think this is a steal to have in round 5. Give me Ja Morant, baby.
If he stays out of trouble, if he finds another pew-pew in his hand, he might miss a couple months there. But he can't stay off trouble when it comes to social media.
Nah.
assuming that John Morant has learned his lesson, Chase. Yeah, great pick.
I love my guards right now. Shea Gilgeous, Kate Cunningham, and John Morant.
I guess I gotta.
Hey, the guy whose team name I like him young gets Josh Giddey. I feel like that was definitely on purpose.
That's Scott. That's Scott.
Okay, now I have a vision here. I have a vision. I need a forward. But I'm going to kind of hold off on the forward spot for a minute. Now, Chase, you talked about De'Aaron Fox.
And you were just talking about Zion a few rounds.
I was, but the risk factor is still something I've got to be cautious of, and I understand the risk that is acquired. Now, I need a small forward. I know what small forward I'm going to get, but I'm going to bypass that for now. I'm going to go ahead and get all my big men out of the way. I'm going to get Nikola Vucevic now so I can pair him up with Zubac. Because like you said, Chase, eventually, quicker in this draft as compared to other it's going to get scarce.
Yeah, he took Zion. He's auto drafting. All right.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, Zion might turn out and surprise everybody. Now, here's the thing. This is going to be my first real reach of this draft. As you see on my board, if you look at the left side, my small forward in terms of starters, still empty. I could go DeMar DeRozan. I could go Franz Wagner. I could go Scotty Barnes, my Florida State protege right there. But you know what? We started off this episode by talking about who is your sleeper. I talked about somebody who I think is going to be the clear anonymous winner for Rookie of the Year and a future MVP of this league. Why not get him now when he's at his freshest form? My potential starting small forward and the guy I am definitely drafting right now is none other than Dallas's finest, Super Flag baby. I did it. I passed up on.
Let's go. Who did he get? Oh, he got DeMar DeRozan. I thought he got Wagner.
Nah, he got DeMar.
No, I was going to get DeMar. I am not getting Franz Wagner. You got me messed up. I cannot stand that dude.
You could go Scotty Barnes, your Florida State boy.
Get your Florida State prodigy.
I was gonna get the best mid-range shooter in the league, and that was taken off the board.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely looking for a forward. I'm not getting Franz Wagner. I don't want Pablo Banchero either. And Scotty Barnes is kind of a guy who can hit you in all facilities. He's a guy who can give you points on multiple statistics. He may be goofy, but his skills are just as goofy.
Stop sugarcoating it. You're driving him because he went to Florida State. Don't sugarcoat it.
Is it because he went to Florida State? Mostly, but also because he's a dominant. I am high on this Raptors team this year. Welcome to the Steve Scotty. Okay. I'm glad I got my small forward out of the way.
All right, Jordan, are you prepared for your back-to-back?
Well, possibly.
Ooh, yeah, Jordan's got in a snake draft. Obviously, the best places to be is either the first pick or the last pick. So Jacob and John, which by the way, Jacob was just in the draft and now he's left. Oh, he's back in. So Jacob's back in. So I think
he's been cutting like in and out.
Okay. I know he's at work, so he don't think he might have to be auto drafting some picks, but
work.
He just went Franz Wagner. Okay. You know what? Let's see. What do I need? I need a guard and a forward. I don't like Carmelo on that trashy Hornets. I'm not drafting a Magic. I'm not drafting a Magic. Jamal Murray's intriguing.
Guys, don't sleep on Desmond Bane. I love that. I know, Chase, you hate that trade package, but I think it was well worth it to get a guy like Desmond.
I love Desmond Bane as a player and as a fantasy player, but yeah, that trade though.
Andrew, I like your Hawks jersey too, so I'm taking the Great Barrier Thief.
Woo! Whoa!
There we go. Dyson Daniels, I like it.
I got it back to back, so you know what?
That is again early to get Dyson Daniels, but I don't blame you.
My team does not have a lot of recent championship experience. So why not take the center for the defending champions? In wait, was he? Okay, no, it was okay. Chet Holmgren
There we go.
took Chet.
I
Talk
like
about a
it.
great rebounder and a great shot
We
blocker.
finally got to see Chet Holmgren have a
That guy's
healthy
vertical
season,
is
and he's
freaking
just as
unmatched.
dominant as everybody thought
Now,
he'd be.
Jordan, I will say, because you've got Jalen Johnson and have off days, that might come back to bite you a little bit.
Wait, do what?
Oh, I just said now that you have Dyson Daniels and Jalen Johnson, you've got to be careful for when the Hawks have off days because that might come back to bite you a little bit. But then again, that's why you have a bench. So I guess in hindsight, it really doesn't really matter.
And to be fair, I might be dropping Ricochet just to
3 bench players, by the way, for those who are curious on how many bench players you can get.
I might also be drafting a Ricochet later to do the Disney trifecta.
Evan Mobley was a great pick.
Who went?
Evan Mobley. That's who I was gonna. I just had him queued up, dude. Oh, the former defensive player of the year.
No, he's that far down the list.
Oh, Evan Mobley. Okay. Whew. Okay, I think I need.
He's that low. Wow.
Oh man, what do I do here? I think I need to go ahead and secure my other big men. I could get Jaren Jackson Jr. for like a forward center duo. He's one of the best defensive players in the league. I think, matter of fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to welcome to the draft JJJ.
2 Memphis boys for you. So I'm the only one out of us 3 that don't have any overlapping players.
Yep.
All right, LaMelo Ball win, which I'm not going to lie. I'll go ahead and say it now. LaMelo Ball was actually going to be my next pick as a potential utility guard. Now, I know you guys don't like the Magic. None of us here like the Magic.
No one does. Yeah, no one does.
None of us like the Magic. That's absolute blasphemous if you say anything good about the Magic. But I don't mind Pablo Banchero because that boy can ball.
He's good.
So I'm a little tempted to take now. Of course, I was just talking great about Desmond Bane. So Desmond Bane is also someone that I'm eyeing there. Josh Hart, I'm not that high on Josh Hart. Jamal Murray.
Also, like he went to he plays for the Knicks too. Like that's worse than drafting a Magic player. Come on.
Yeah, Listen, I hate to do it, guys, but I can't pass up on Pablo here. I got to take him while he's looking at me.
Respectable.
I'm not going to be rooting for the Magic by any means, but I'm going to be rooting for Pablo to ball out for me.
Okay.
Understandable.
Okay, so Amon Thompson. I was tempted to get Amon Thompson. I'm not going to lie.
The first Thompson brother is taken off the board.
I mean, like he's on a better team, so like.
Yeah.
Our story's not going to go anytime soon.
Imagine, just if you thought Amon Thompson was a baller last year, just imagine his workload when he's paired up with Kevin Durant.
Exactly.
That duo is going to be ridiculous. But I am on the board. Jared Allen just went. Desmond Bane, he's there again. I mean, it would make sense for me to just go out and grab him because I was talking so highly on Desmond Bane. But I do not want 2 Magic players, so I'm going to forfeit him for now. I'll let somebody else get the luxury of taking him. I think I might know who. There's a couple guys that I'm eyeing right here. I'll go and speak my mind. Miles Turner, I already have 2 big men, but Miles Turner as a potential bench piece or a utility guy even.
Him and Giannis, man.
I think I kind of know what I want. He's kind of been battling minor injuries in the last few years, but nothing major to be too concerned. Paired up with the best center in NBA history. Give me Jamal Murray. Great guy to have as my utility guard. Or my extra guard on the roster, I should say. Again, I have no overlapping players right now in terms of everyone that I have play on a different team, which I'm not doing that on purpose. That just so happens to be where it stands.
I mean, yeah, you also don't have a single Hawks player. Wait, were you the guy that?
I don't either.
I got Trae Young.
Okay, yeah. My bad. I thought Chase took Trae. My bad.
Michael Porter Jr., great pick, by the way. I was actually just eyeing him. I do want to grab another small forward for my lineup. And like you said, Andrew, not rooting for the Magic by any means. I don't mind having a Magic player though. Now, Desmond Bain, and like I just mentioned, in terms of fantasy points, and as a player, phenomenal player. I just didn't like who the Magic gave up for Desmond Bain. That's besides the point. That's irrelevant. But I do not mind adding Desmond Bain to my roster.
All right, Josh Hart went, which that was an auto draft pick, but still a great pick. I mean, I'm personally not that high on Josh Hart because I'm not sure how the Knicks are going to function with their new coaching. His minutes might drop a little bit since they've got a more balanced minute rotation guy in control.
Wait, it's me. Crap, it's me. Let's see. What do I need?
For those who are curious, there's 5 rounds left after this.
You know what? This is gonna be a bit of a reach. Actually, you know what? Give me Jalen Green for Phoenix.
Jalen Green. I don't know why. I don't understand. I'm sorry. I think I cut out a little bit. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah.
I don't understand the controversy around Jalen Green. I know a lot of people didn't like that move for Phoenix, thinks that his production might have been a little off last year, but I think Jalen Green has a ton of upside. And I think that was actually a massive pickup by Phoenix. Him and Devin Booker is going to be a great pairing together. I don't see the controversy behind it. So actually, I really do like that pick, John.
Thank you. So with my next pick, let's see. I think I need a forward, right? Or do I need a big? Yeah, I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go center here. And I'm gonna take. Shoot. You know what? Give me Miles Turner out of Milwaukee.
Yeah, tough guy to pass on. Absolutely love that pick. I know I was just trashing the Bucks earlier, but I absolutely love that pick. And that's one thing I will confidently say.
Fellas, it is time. It is time for me to add an Atlanta Hawks player to my roster. Now, I'm thinking either Kristaps Porzingis or Zachary Ricochet here.
If you want to go Zach, you get the score down pretty far because he's in the 100s.
Oh yeah, I got him right here. I got them both on my board.
He's that low.
Yeah, he's 156, which is crazy to me.
Yeah,
I'm really tempted to get Kristaps, but I already have. I guess that doesn't matter.
I mean, you could go Okongwu. You could go him.
If Kristaps stays healthy, or I could go Nneka Okongwu. You're right. I got to make a pick here. I'm banking on the fact Kristaps is going to be healthy. Give me the unicorn. Please stay healthy.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting you to come and grab him. I really wanted him, and I was gonna take him with maybe my second to last pick, or maybe the last pick.
I love having Kristaps as a utility player, and I wanted to go ahead and secure a Hawks player on my roster.
Now, I will say right off the gate, absolutely, you talking about utilities and guys you're absolutely going to love, Kobe White. I mean, now we have a good buddy of ours that's a Chicago Bulls fan. So every time the Bulls come to Atlanta, we always go to the game. We've gone to Bulls and Hawks games in Atlanta for the last few years now. And every time we go, this guy Kobe White balls his butt off. Love the afro, love the hair that he's got going on. Talk about, I can't name a better utility guy to have on your team other than Kobe White, so I'm going to go and snag him right now. Shout out Terry. That's for you, Scary Terry, right there. I know he'd appreciate that pick. And now I've got 1 utility and 3 bench pieces left, and I think I kind of know which positions I'm going to favor. I've got 3 point guards, 3 centers, and 1 of each of the remaining position. So I'm going to try to balance my roster out a little bit with my last 4 picks.
Yeah.
I'm kind of strategizing in my head right now.
Austin Reeves, okay.
Great pick.
Oh, dang. I was going to take him, honestly. I was going to take him and pair him up with LeBron, but I already have like 2. I've already gotten several people from the same team, so I don't.
That was not a good pick. Let me go and tell you that right now.
If Joel can stay healthy, I think so, because they're going to need him if the Sixers want to do anything this year. But I mean, he's just shaky point of his career in terms of injuries. It's a risky pick, but it could turn out to be a pretty good pick.
So I'm kind of looking for a forward here right now. Now, Miles Bridges, love Miles Bridges. I just don't like that system in Charlotte, so I'm going to try to stay away from him. Mikal Bridges, same situation. I'm very iffy on how he's going to be rotated in that Knicks roster. Not saying he's going to be a bad player, but I expect a decrease in production. Jimmy Butler or Zach LaVine is who I'm debating right now. Now, Jimmy Butler, to me, looks like an obvious pick because he can play 3 different positions on your roster, and I think that's kind of the steal. But Zach LaVine, man, I think because he can play the both forward spots and shooting guard, I'm just going to go and take Jimmy Butler here. That's going to help balance my roster out a lot. And you know what? Jimmy Butler's having fun playing basketball again, so that's another.
I have my next pick in mind, and it's taken off the board. I was going to go with Mikal Bridges. Now I could go. I want to guard.
Nick.
Since it's just fantasy, I don't mind picking a player here and there. And I actually kind of disagree with you. I think Mike Brown and his more manageable rotation, I think is going to be very beneficial for Mikal Bridges. I really like the Mike Brown hire. That's besides the point. So I need a guard. I guess I'm going to go with the former Bull, now King, of course, Zach LaVine.
Of course, that I was tossing up Jimmy and Zach LaVine, so that's an absolute great pick there, Chase.
Okay, Jesse's auto drafting now, so. This guy had a slow start to his career, but he was balling out in Portland. I'm gonna take Denny Avdia.
Okay.
With this pick right here.
Not a bad pick, actually.
No,
very sneaky player.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about him. I'm not gonna lie, but that could end up being the steal of the draft this year. I'm not gonna lie.
And then, so this next guy I'm going to draft, he was, I believe, traded to this team, but he was more infamously known for getting punched by Draymond Green. I'm taking Jordan Poole. Just have a little bit. I'm just have like some New Orleans guy on my team because I've been to New Orleans twice. It's a beautiful city. So I'm going to have Jordan Poole on my team.
Okay. And there's you're in. Okay. Chase, back on the clock. What you got?
Back on me. I kind of have everything I need, so now it's just kind of up to like who do I want. Just to add this, I'm at the bench piece of my roster now, so now I'm looking to build my bench. If I'm looking to build my bench, I'm going to go ahead and grab like I said, I'm very high on the Toronto Raptors this year. I like a lot. I think they're a sneaky team. I think they're a team that could definitely make a play-in spot run. Sure. I think one of the best acquisitions they made last year was getting Brandon Ingram. We're not going to be. We're going to finally be able to see Brandon Ingram showcase in Toronto at the start of this year. I'm excited to see what he can do, what he'll produce. So he's going to be my first bench piece.
Done. And one thing I'll just go and say right now is another Toronto guy that I might not take in this draft, but someone that might end up being a steal in the draft just because of how he ended last season. He's finding a great new role in Toronto. RJ Barrett. Talk about a guy who's surviving his career.
Yeah. Off the bench, he's filthy.
Right, yeah. But he's from Canada too. So that was his team growing up.
Right,
that's true.
All right, now I'm looking for. Let me see. What's the injury update, Tyler?
No, do not take no. Do not take no.
Tyler Hero.
Do not take.
All
right, he's expected. He's expected to miss up to 8 to 10.
You don't know how much I hate that man.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I might just pass up on him.
Okay, we'll see. I mean, hey,
I
Okongu's
could
right
use
there.
another. I could use another shooting guard though.
I mean, Trey Murphy's not that bad.
A lot of people are really high on Trey Murphy this year.
You know what? I'm gonna have him on my bench until he gets healthy. I'm sorry.
Dang,
Shout out to
okay.
Jack Harlow. I'm gonna have to go to South Beach boy.
Ah,
Tyler Hero. Go ahead and get. I mean, I know he's
Right,
he's
first.
expecting to miss at least the first 8 weeks of the season, but he'll be a nice guy to have down the stretch as the season progresses.
Yeah, a lot of people are really high on Trey Murphy this year.
I think just to go ahead and tease what I'm wanting for my next pick, I'm looking to get a power forward, specifically a power forward with my next pick. So I'm gonna wait to see what Jacob does here.
he may or may not be auto-drafted. He may or may not be just letting the computer, just let his phone decide who he takes.
I'm very up in the air with who I want for my next pick. Oh, God.
I was just thinking about Kawhi Leonard in my head.
The most controversial guy in the league this year. Well, in the most controversial situation, anyway.
Now, there's RJ Barrett. I was talking about a potential power forward. Julius Randle, not that high on him. He performed pretty well in the playoffs, but just not a preferred guy. Andrew Wiggins.
Oh, you got it.
You know, I've been sliding off the New York Knicks ever since this draft started. Every time I've been presented with a Knicks player, I've always questioned about how Brown was going to utilize that roster and the new minute rotation. I was afraid that I was going to digress a lot of players' production.
You're going OG, aren't you? You're going OG.
I think since I'm in need of a power forward, he looks clearly to be the best available. I'm gonna finally get a New York Knicks, guys. I'm sorry. It gives me a sick feeling in my own.
No morals at all. I have morals when it comes to fantasy. I don't draft any rival players at all.
I gotta be honest. I really like
basketball. I didn't know.
I really like the Mike Brown hire by New York. I got to be honest. That was a great coaching hire.
Sacramento should not have fired as a secondary Kings fan. They should not have fired Mike Brown.
I agree. I agree. They shouldn't have.
So I'm down to my last pick.
Now I forgot this guy was in Boston. And the fact that he is in Boston and knowing how depleted they are, I expect big things from him. I'm going to go with the guy who dogged in Portland, Anthony Simmons.
Oh, I forgot he was in Boston too a little bit.
I completely forgot he's a Celtic now.
All right.
So,
last 2 picks for you, John.
I believe y'all both drafted a Florida State guy, right? Correct?
I didn't. I don't have a Florida State.
No, just me.
Oh. Well, there is a Razorback on the board. There is a Razorback on the board, and all I'm gonna say is he is playing for it. No, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Daniel got Arkansas.
I had no idea he went to Arkansas.
He went to Arkansas.
Okay.
Now with my last pick, I'm gonna go one more pure point guard, or I'm gonna try.
Hey, if you're curious on who the lowest guy on the list is, it's number 1059. It's small forward Paul Zipser of the Chicago Bulls. I think people are really high on him.
How is Igor Demon rated higher in finishing than Zachary Ricochet?
That's an awful take.
Wait, what?
That's disgusting.
What happened?
Wow.
Westbrook is rated higher than Ricochet.
This is
Russell
mad disrespectful.
Westbrook's not even on a team, is he?
No, he's not. In fact,
No, he's a free agent.
Crap.
Oh, Kevin Porter Jr.
In our draft, I missed my pick. I'm in our draft, so I missed my pick, but it's fine. I'll drop him for someone else, maybe.
I mean, Kevin Porter Jr., look, I mean, the Bucks are very depleted now, and Kevin Porter Jr. is a sneaky guy. I'm not that low on the Bucks this year. I think they have a sneaky roster still, and Kevin Porter Jr., I think, is due for his best season yet because of the situation he's at. So that's actually not too bad. So this is going to be my Mr. Irrelevant. I can kind of go with anyone here. And I'm going to go with a guy over in Utah who I've been really high on since his days in Chicago. He's been a big part of big gel of that rebuild. Give me Lauri Markkanen. And my team, Lauri Markkanen was my Mr. Irrelevant.
All right, guys. Now, guys, so to round out my roster, I'm really looking for a guy. So what I always like to do in my last pick is find someone who I think is going to make their first real wavelength in the NBA. Okay, so somebody that is going to fly under a lot of people's radars, but is due for a breakout season. And to me personally, I don't think there's anybody, because I look at last year's production, obviously, to base my opinion on this. But Chicago is in a really vulnerable spot right now in terms of where they are. Future looks blurry. They really need some guy to break out and lead that team to a potential play-in run. I don't think anybody could do that more than Paul Zips or Chase. You said his name. Give me Mr. Paul, sneaky 6th Man of the Year award winner right there.
Who is that?
He was the lowest rated player on the board. He was number 1059 to be exact.
Y'all guys are sleeping on my man Paul. Y'all doing him dirty.
He might get 3 minutes. He might get 3 minutes a game, and that's only if the team's getting blown out.
All right, guys. Look at Paul down at the bottom of my pyramid. There is my.
He looks really happy.
Now, just out of kicks and giggles, let's see how Paul did last year. Are y'all looking at the screen?
I am.
2025 season. He never even. Oh, wait a minute. He dates back to 2016. Y'all boys sleeping on him. Look at this. He averaged 4 points. He's averaging 4.7 points in his career on 33.5% shooting. Y'all guys just let me take the steal of the draft. Y'all should feel ashamed.
I wonder if it does like what football does, like it'll send you like a draft grade.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It sends you the entire like draft.
Does it?
Entire, like draft thing, everyone's team, like everyone's pick.
Okay, so
I got ethical train wreck for my first matchup.
I am playing Scott Lamb, but my next matchup is you, John.
Interesting. Yeah, okay. I'm playing Jacob then. Okay.
I got Jesse Cochran.
Yeah, that's my other friend that I used to play basketball with.
Okay.
I think I need to start Paul, guys.
I will say this: if you get any trades between Jesse and Jacob, decline them because it's going to be bullshit trades.
So they're like the Jackson Voles of fantasy basketball.
Yes. Well, fantasy in general, because they'll send BS trades in football as well. But yeah,
understood.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
All right. So
that was fun. That was fun.
October 21st. That is T-minus 16 days away from the first ever NBA game, which I believe is. I think it's OKC and Houston's the first game, right?
Okay. Yeah, I believe so.
I think OKC and Houston is the first ever NBA game, and that will be on that Tuesday at 7:30. Yep.
Yeah.
Which I have three players in that matchup. I have Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Kevin Durant, and Alperen Sengun.
I have Curry, LeBron, Holmgren.
Yep, October 21st, there's two NBA games, 7:30 tip-off, Rockets at Thunder, and then the nightcap, Warriors and Lakers, and then everybody else will play on the following days,
Yep.
including the Atlanta Hawks, who obviously open up against the Toronto Raptors.
Which
And
we gotta be in attendance, boys.
as
Yeah.
as the season progresses, obviously we're going to update you guys on how our fantasy teams and fantasy matchups are doing and all that kind of good stuff. If there's any big trades that go down, we'll let you guys know. But I'm glad we were able to do that live on the podcast.
Yeah, no, this is fun.
That was fun for sure.
So we're already an hour in. So this is kind of time where we close. So before we close, we'll just kind of preview the Atlanta Hawks, what they got going on this week. Of course, we open up our preseason campaign tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern into Toyota Center. We take we're actually on the road all week because we open preseason at Houston, and then we don't play our next preseason game till this upcoming Saturday, which will be at home against the Grizzlies, and then Monday the 13th.
No, that's in Memphis. And then we come home against Miami.
What'd I say?
You said that we're going to be at home.
I meant in Memphis, and then then a week from tomorrow we'll be at home against the Heat. So when we record our next episode, we'll be able to go over our matchups against the Rockets and the Grizzlies. So I guess before we close, does anyone kind of have any thoughts looking ahead of those two matchups?
No, I mean, just looking forward to Hawks basketball, and can't wait for FanFest on Thursday.
And like I mentioned before, we can get some social media content when we go to FanFest. We'll post some stuff. Hopefully, we can get a couple signatures. If I come back and Trae Young did not sign my butt cheeks, then it was a failed night.
I agree. One thing I'll just say before we close up the episode about this preseason opener against Houston, something that I just kind of think is a headline is, again, big factor into what the Hawks are going to look to hone in on this first game is really the pick and roll game and just how we're going to space the floor against the Rockets defenders in general. Because Houston NBA last year in the the league and expect that to be in full effect this upcoming season as well. And they've got pieces from their G League and Summer League roster that they're going to try out, two-way players to keep an eye out that they want to get equipped in this Rockets rotation heading into the future. So I think really the thing the Hawks are going to look to do now is, Houston's they've got a long range of really good wing scorers. They've got good interior wing protectors. So look for the Hawks to see how they're going to get Trae Young in action to be a new shot creator alongside Kristaps Porzingis, and how Kristaps is going to utilize Trae in the pick and roll and just overall spacing. And that's just something that I'm really intrigued about.
Yeah, like I mentioned before, I'm just interested in finally getting an answer on what our official starting lineup is going to be. If I had to guess, I think it's going to be Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Zachary Ricochet, Kristaps Porzingis, and Onyeka Okongwu. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I said that way wrong. I'm sorry. Apologies. Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Zachary Ricochet, Jalen Johnson. I don't know, man. Or maybe it'll be Jalen Johnson at small forward, Kristaps and Okongwu, while Zachary on the bench. I have no idea. This is a good problem to have, that Quinn Snyder has a lot of possibilities of how he wants to build a starting rotation, and he can fluctuate it throughout the season too. So this is a good problem for Quinn Snyder to have. I'm just interested to see what his initial starting rotation is going to be.
Quick.
Real quick, something too that I wanted to talk about. You go first, Andrew. You can go first.
This is going to be really quick because it's not basketball related at all. But for those who are curious, the Tennessee Titans just walked off a game-winning field goal against the Cardinals to get Cam's first ever win. I just thought that was pretty.
Dang.
But that's actually they were down 20-3 in that game. That's actually a wild comeback.
Former Miami quarterback too. Interesting.
Good for Cam Ward.
God, and Tampa Bay beat Seattle, dude. They beat Seattle 38-35.
Yeah, that was a crazy game.
I'm going back to basketball. I don't know if you saw that social media clip that I sent to y'all.
I did. I did.
Something that caught me off guard when DC Youngfly was talking about was trying to say why Atlanta. I also thought that was a stupid question to ask. I mean, because he was drafted to Atlanta. Why come to Atlanta? It's because he was drafted here. It felt like
it's not like he chose Atlanta, but I liked what he said that he had to earn the fans' respect, and now that he's earned.
Yeah.
Now that he's earned his respect and his trust, he's loved and beloved all throughout the Atlanta community. And that's obvious, no questioning that. And I love that he said that Atlanta is his forever home. We've talked about this many times on podcasts before. We know for a fact that Trae Young wants to stay in Atlanta. The only thing that will push him out of Atlanta is if we head towards another rebuild. But if we compete this year, we showcase ourselves as true NBA title contenders like everybody expects us to be. With the young pieces we have, I fully expect Trae Young to re-sign with Atlanta.
Yeah.
So that just adds to another reason about why success is huge for the Atlanta Hawks this year. Trae Young's future in Atlanta relies on this season.
Sure. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
But any other closing remarks before we wrap this up?
No, I'm just excited for franchise for you guys. Can't wait to hopefully get autographs. Get to see the new guys. Get to see the new guys. But real quick, I did one question. Who is one guy either returning, new, drafted? Who is one guy that you're looking forward to seeing at FanFest? One guy.
If I get to run to anybody at FanFest, honestly, Trae Young is going to be the obvious answer. But a sleeper guy that I want to run into at FanFest is probably Alexander Walker, to be honest with you, because to me, he's gonna amplify this. I think he's gonna make the big. This might be a hot take. I think he's gonna have a bigger impact on this roster than Kristaps Porzingis. And what I mean by, I know that's kind of hard to say because Kristaps is gonna be a starter and Walker's gonna be coming off the bench. But I think the fact that we're gonna have a guy of Alexander Walker's caliber coming off the bench I think it's gonna amplify the team's bench much more, because the Phoenix Suns in that finals loss against the Bucks showed that you have to have a stable bench if you want any hopes of winning the finals. And the way that Walker played in the playoffs for Minnesota last year gives me all the confidence in the world that he's going to make some big noise for the Atlanta Hawks.
I would say, I think I lost you, Andrew.
I'm here.
Andrew went ghost on my screen. I don't know what happened. Oh, there he is. I would say for me, I would say Kristaps Porzingis, just because he's one of the greatest stories in the league. Drafted by the New York Knicks. He got booed when he was drafted. Knicks fans did not love the pick. They did not love him. And then he changed the hearts of Knicks fans. Went to Boston, had a lot of really bad and sad injuries, managed to win a championship in Boston, made a big impact, and now he found himself in Atlanta. And if he can stay healthy, I think just like every other Hawks fan, we can expect big things from the Unicorn this year.
He went to Dallas first. I was trying to correct you. He went to Dallas. Yeah.
I forgot.
He was traded from New York to Dallas, and yeah. So.
Yeah, I completely forgot he was in Dallas. I forgot about the Dallas era of Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, and funny thing is, he played with Luka. So
he did. So, you're right.
Now he's playing with the two guys part of that whole 2018 trade. He's playing.
It's crazy.
And Trae Young, but I guess for me, like Andrew said, the obvious guy for me would probably be. I'm not gonna say Trae Young because everyone wants to meet Trae Young, but
exactly
Jalen Johnson.
Oh yeah,
and so that would definitely want to meet. But a sleeper guy, I'm gonna go Luke Kennard.
I agree with you.
I'm gonna go Luke Kennard, and because he wears number 3. Number 3, that's my favorite number. So he's wearing number 3 for us. and he just plays like Kyle Korver, who is, like I
He
said,
does.
an Atlanta Hawk. So I mean, that's the guy that I would love to have here in I want to meet if I get the chance to like meet the players and stuff. But yeah, that's my list. And
I think I think he's definitely going to be the closest thing to Kyle Korver since Kyle Korver. And he's going to be managed under Kyle Korver, of course, within the front office. That's going to be fun to see. But if there are any other closing remarks?
No, I'm just can't wait for Thursday. It's gonna be a long week, but I cannot wait for Thursday.
We have officially reached that point of the year. Hawks basketball starts tomorrow. We got FanFest on Thursday. We just drafted our fantasy basketball teams. It is a beautiful time of the year. So that being said, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Talking ATL's podcast. When we come back, we will be finally reviewing some Atlanta Hawks basketball. Goodbye!